Hello guys and welcome to a new video posted on my channel. Today I am very excited to announce a brand new building contest. So I bet some of you were thinking after I made that video where that recent video where I talked about and ranked my top 10 favorite building contest builds that you thought that was it. But no. Building contests are definitely not over because we have a new building contest that I am about to announce. So now I know some of you already know about this and I've actually already started, but it doesn't matter because it's officially starting now. So you're all probably wondering what this new build is going to be that you guys have to build for the contest. So, well, you probably have already guessed it by the gameplay. You guys are going to be building a capture the tower build for the building contest. So, the capture the tower building contest, officially the I think the seventh building contest, seventh or eighth, I don't know. But yeah, I am very excited for this one. So. If you don't know what capture the tower is, it's like capture the flag, but instead you actually have to capture a tower. Um, so yeah, so that's basically the premise of it. And what we're going to do is just to let you know, just to make sure you guys know for definite what capture the tower is and how it's played and all that. Here is other me, I guess, talking about how the game works and stuff like that. And yeah, so after you guys see that, we'll talk about the building contest itself and how like everything is going to work and stuff. So yeah, here is how capture the tower works. So here is the map from above. It's a bit hard to see because of all the glass, but that's it from above. So here is the original capture the tower map. So you got red and blue side. So each side is the exact same. They have this part here, kind of like a shooter tower thing. You got the middle part where the tower is, and then you've also got this room here where you spawn in, kind of like that. And there's an iron door on this side where you can go out, but you can't go back in. And then there's the chests with the loot there, but we'll get back to that later. There's stairs here which lead up to the top layer, which is the ice layer. And there are stairs here which lead down to the very bottom layer. So it's a tunnel that leads to the two sides together. Then you got this middle section with the checkered pattern which you could fall down in, and this has soul sand and magma. And there's a ladder on each side to go back up, and there's also a chest here, and there's also chests here, and then also up here at the ice layer. And then there's also these kind of like jump things here which you can jump from and like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the map. So with the loot, the original loot for Capture the Tower, there are 4 chests with wooden pickaxes, stone swords, infinity bows, and arrows. So obviously you use the wooden pickaxes to break the parts of the tower, but it's only the coloured concrete blocks. It's not the black one at the bottom. Because to win the team for the original, like you need to get the 4 concrete towers on your tower, which are the two red and the 2 blue. Then the 4 chests around the map with better loot. Up here at the ice layer, there is a diamond pickaxe, which is obviously it can break the towers faster than the wooden pickaxe, but it also does the same amount of damage as a stone sword. There is a chest down here with a power 1 and infinity bow, so that will deal more damage with the bow. And then there are 2 chests either side, one of them being an iron sword, which is the best melee weapon in the game, and the other having an iron chestplate, which is the only armor piece which you can get. So basic goal is just to get just to get to the other side and just find a way to get the tower and then bring it back. And first team to get the 4 coloured concrete blocks on the tower wins. So yeah, there are other modes of this which I'll talk about later. But yeah, what's this slide? Sorry. Yeah. So when you build this for your building contest, it's up to you how many modes you want to build. I'd say definitely build the main version, which is just a normal version of getting the tower. Which is used for like the background footage. However, there are other game modes. So yeah, so you got normal mode, There's Juggernaut mode, which is increased power, weapons, items, and armor. So that could probably like give you actually armor. It could give you better stuff. It's kind of like the high power version in battle of the regular items. One item mode where it's only pickaxes, because technically pickaxes are the only item needed to win in the game, because they can not only be used to break the tower, but they can be used as a melee weapon. Mayhem mode, where basically there will be a bunch of dispensers at the top, and they will constantly drop a bunch of random items such as gapples, ender pearls, totems of undying, stuff like that. There's hunger mode, where food will need to be eaten during the game, because normally the mode is peaceful when we play this. So food and health constantly goes up, so we don't actually need food. But there is a food mode where it could be on easy, where you actually need to eat food. I don't really think that's a good one. That's quite a boring mode. Survival mode, zombies will always spawn during the game, so there will be constantly zombie spawners around the map, which you need to... so basically, you play the game at night when there's zombies, so that's kind of like a big distraction. There's sniper mode, where only bows can be used as weapons, so there's no swords, but there's still the pickaxes. And there's also restricted mode, which is kind of like a competitive mode, where each team can't fight on the other team's side. So what that means is, there is a grey line on each of the team's sides. So basically, it means that the red team is allowed to fight anywhere in the map except past this line on the blue side space. And it's the same for the blue. They can fight anywhere on the map except they cannot fight on this side. So that's restricted mode, otherwise known as competitive mode. So yeah, you got all those different modes. So you can input multiple versions of your Capture the Tower map. Maybe you could have like different copies of the world, and each copy can have a different game mode. And you don't even have to have these game modes. You can think of your own game modes if you want. But yeah, here are the ones which I just said, which you can use: normal mode, juggernaut mode, one item mode, mayhem mode, hunger mode, survival mode, sniper mode, and restricted mode. But like I said, you can make your own. So yeah, so that's fully for you to decide. So yeah, that's the basic premise of the actual Capture the Tower game and stuff like that. So yeah, if you have any questions about that, then comment them down below. But yeah, now let's go back to other me, and let's talk more about the competition itself. So as I said there are like different game modes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's Capture the Tower for you guys. Really fun game in my opinion. I've played this a lot with friends. Really fun. I really enjoy this. So that's why I wanted to make it into a building contest. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk about the contest itself and how everything is going to work. So, as you saw there, the map itself is actually quite small. But now I'm actually going to talk about the specific rules and information when it comes to your map. So, I am doing something for this contest which I have not done before in any of the previous contests, which is and that thing is, I'm giving you guys a lot more variety than I have before. So by that I mean, like normally with the previous contests, especially ones like the battle map idea building contest and stuff like that, I've specifically said that the actual size and the builds itself had to be quite specific. But this time, I'm actually giving you all really free range of how you want to build your map. So, by that I mean, so here are some details. So, with your map, it can be as big as it wants. Honestly, build it as big as you want, as small as you want, as big as you want. Size does matter, but I'd recommend a good size. Not too big, not too small. Layers-wise, there are 4 actual layers in the Capture the Tower map. There's the bottom where the tunnels are, there's the magma and the soul sand, there's the main layer with all the towers and stuff, then there's the top layer with the ice. I'd say with the actual the layers is important in my opinion. So I'd say you guys can have either 4 layers as the regular map, or you can have 3 layers, or you're going to have 5 layers. So you're going to either have 3, 4, or 5. That's my rules with that. So it's completely up to you how many layers you want, but it has to be either 3, 4, or 5 main layers. Kind of like the Killing Spree building contest, where that had the tunnels, the main. Yeah, so that also had 4 layers. But I'd say with this one, either have 4, 3, or 5. Loot wise, this kind of depends with the game modes you want. I'd say definitely have with your build a regular game mode type. And with the regular game mode type, it preferably should be similar to the regular game mode type of my capture the tower, or there could be like a few tweaks and changes. Um, but overall, I'd say do what you want really, as long as the capture the tower items aren't too crazy or anything like that. Um, with and this is also really important is the teams itself of the actual towers. So um, there are two teams in my capture the tower mode in all of the modes. However, I'm actually going to give you guys a choice of how many teams you want, but I'm going to give you a maximum. So um, because there are by the way, I'll say this later, but I'll say this later to remind you as well. But this building contest, your build can either be in Legacy or Bedrock. But because I'd say more maps are going to be in Legacy, so the maximum amount of different towers slash teams there can be is 8. So there's only 2 in my one. There's only red and blue, but there can be 8 if you want. There can be however many as you want. I'd recommend either having 2, 4, or 8, but it's completely up to you. Honestly, I'd say the less teams, the more players are on each team, but the more teams, the less players are on each team. And I actually think my mode, with there being 2 teams of 3, is really fun. But I would like to see maybe either 8 teams of 1 or maybe 4 teams of 2. That might be good if you have like an 8-player lobby. So yeah, you can have that variety as well. So map size, however big you want, probably not too big. Teams, a maximum of 8. Oh yeah, items also with the regular items, the default items that you spawn in with, they can be either regular or maybe a bit different. But then there's the items that can be found all across the map. So that includes, so there are 4 items which I said. You can have as many extra items in the map hidden as you want. You can have as many as you want. I'd recommend maybe a maximum of like 8, maybe. I only have 4, or maybe like a maximum of maybe 10 or 12 or 16. But honestly, it's completely up to you. That's just my recommendation. I'd say definitely have some items like that are hidden around the place, because that actually makes the game a bit more fun, and it shows that you actually need to go and get those better items across the map, which actually adds a bit more gameplay element to it. But yeah, and I think that might be everything, you know. So yeah, to repeat, map size however big you want. Default chests and loot. I'd say keep it simple and keep it the same, but if you want, you can go a bit different. The extra items, you can have as many as you want. I'd recommend not too many though, or I'd also recommend having some. The oh, I'm losing my words. The teams, you can have a maximum of 8 and 8 different towers, and make sure each team is like a different color concrete. Like I'd recommend if there were 4 teams, I have red, blue, green, and yellow. Then if there were 8 teams, I might do like red, green, blue, yellow, maybe orange, purple, light blue, white, pink, purple, stuff like that. So yeah. I'm really, really excited to see your builds. By the way, guys, I just want to say, please don't enter because you think there's already going to be a lot of people or not that many people in it. There are, by the way, there's a lot of people who are going to be in this. I know Mike Knight 21, C Justin MC, Dixie Desperado, Hysic, Clem, Sonic. A lot of people going to be in this. La Papa as well. And this is actually the first building contest of my own where I'm also going to be in the building contest. I'm also submitting my own build for the contest. So yeah, I thought I'd tell you that. So I made Champions Killing Spree for all of the Killing Spree maps. And I'm going to be working on making a Champions Capture the Tower map. And that's also going to be in the contest. And I genuinely will rank it fairly. Yeah. So if you guys don't really like me being in my own contest, honestly, don't try not to worry. Even though I'm in my own contest here, that sounds a bit weird. I will vote my map fairly. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Oh, time. I'm gonna give you guys 1 month to build this. So the date of this video releasing is actually the 1st of June, which means that on the 1st of July is the day that I would be wanting to start seeing your maps, or maybe a few days before that if you guys are already done. So 1st of July is when I guess the building contest kind of ends, but it will be about 4 or 5 days later, or maybe a week after that. So it will be the 8th of June. Actually, no, not the 8th. It will be the 5th of June where the contest definitely ends, because let's say like on the 1st of July, you have like some issues where you can't actually finish yet or something like that. That'll be fine. So I'll give you guys a few extra days. So the 5th of June is the genuine deadline, but 1st of July is like kind of like a deadline, I guess, of when I want to see your build. So yeah. Also, you guys are allowed to submit more than one Capture the Tower map if you want. So like the battle map I did building contest, you had Luke1195 who submitted 2 separate builds for that contest, and you're allowed to do the exact same thing here. You're allowed to enter 2 different maps if you're willing to make 2 different maps, and it can be more than 2. It can be however many you want. Honestly, go wild. But it's up to you whether you want to just stay and work on one map, or you want to like work on separate ones. If I was you, I'd work on finishing one for definite, and then if you want to build another one, then go ahead. And also the different modes, you have to build different modes for different maps. Because like one map and its modes, all of the different modes you have for it, it's up to you whether you want to have modes or not. But that will count as one map. So yeah, just wanted to quickly clarify that. I'm pretty sure that's everything. So 1st of July is when the contest is going to end. So yeah, please let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm sure you guys will have a few or anything like that. If you guys have any questions about the building contest, then either text me on PlayStation 4. My username is Monkomedia, as you all know, or comment down below in the comment section, and I will definitely reply, comment, and I will answer you guys' questions. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I really can't wait to see your builds that are going to be in the Capture the Tower building contest. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. So bye guys.